All right. Hello, hello, hello. It is Saturday night. We are back. Going to be continuing work on the RG God Gundam. Got the legs done. We'll be working on hopefully finishing the chest and then moving on to whatever it is after that. I think it's the arms probably. We are doing a giveaway tonight as usual, giving away that RG Sazabi, which is exciting. And I should mention too, I'm going to jump into the chat obviously and say hello like I usually do. Real quick before I do though, number one, hit that like button, and you might as well subscribe and hit the notification bell while you're at it if you enjoy these streams. We get a lot of fun, I think, and give away something pretty much every week. And number two, we are giving away that RG Sazabi, and then finally, there is a special offer going on this weekend. If you head over to the website, you can get the details as a pop-up that'll show up on the front of the website. We just started our text messaging club, whatever it's called. And so if you give us your phone number, we'll send you a 10% off discount code. The text thing, I never got anything back on how to get the 10% off. Okay, Bobby, send me an email and I can look into it. If anybody else had that issue, please let me know too. We just kicked that off on Friday, so it's the first I've heard of an issue with it. You should have received a text message with it, I think. But did you get a message back at all, Bobby? But we're doing a 10% off discount code if you sign up for that. The code will be good for 7 days or whatever from when you subscribe, but that's only going to work for the weekend. We'll take away that 10% coupon code offer, so good time to save and take advantage of that. And I think that's all I got before I jump into the chat. So let's do that. So what's up, Badzilla, Armando, Dylan Dull, Jason S. Chris thought it was at 8 and had a panic attack trying to finish a MW2 match. It's funny. What's up, Chad? Maverick Entity, been waiting all day to build again. Nice. Mimic Senpai, what's up? Cooking dinner, but I made it. How's everyone doing? Welcome. What you cooking tonight? What's up, Pockets? Weeks K, my son wants to build my MG mechanical clear Sinji, but I want to paint the inner frame and haven't finished setting up my airbrush. Got the seasons, what's going on? A random hero. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this. Oh, Neo Zeon. Neo Zeongu. What's up? William Bickerstaff, Mike Elasser, Hydroponica. Montel Maintenance, Pay Blue 01 looking good. And what do you guys think of that starting screen? I think the animation loop needs to be extended or something because it looks like it was freezing. Ethan's been working on a few things to upgrade the stream this past week, so we'll hopefully add some other improvements. In fact, if somebody subscribes, we'll see something new too. Let's see, where am I at here? We're trying to make Vendetta dinner for the day. Remember the 5th of November. So Cole Smith, Mike Elasser. Gotta keep scrolling here. There we go. Kyle Dixon, what's up? Farless Barkley, A Stealthy Bedlam, Kyle Walter. Everybody been building this week? Good question. What's up, Jordan? Decals on the hunt and kill while watching. Let's see how truly horrifying these things are. HH15. William Bickerstaff, Rob Sadler, Jay Punisher, Oceanics Shorts, Ezreal Knight, The Forgotten One, Silversmith Gaming, Achilles Rubiano, The Time Sink, Blake Rogers, Skyrider RJM, Evening Nick will be joining everyone in masking for the 3 hours tonight. Nice. Bobby Burley, Orlando Valero, what's up? KWEC, Mark D. MG Sazabi for Carl Steve from you guys. Super excited when it comes on Monday. Nice. Oceanics. Code Hub. Michael Foster, what's up? Troy Unrain, Dylan Dull. That's my work great. Really appreciate the deal. Nice. Viper 6, Jack C. Do say people, if you've got a Google device, the spam filter may have picked it up. Check the spam folder of your messaging app. Good point. This would be a new thing for us to figure out. This isn't going forever. So, for example, I wanted to link it next month. Will it still give me a code? No, the code is only going to be given out for this weekend. We might do a similar thing at some point in the future, but I have no specific plans. So Jack C, Jim Co, James Lanter, Chunky. It's in a basket. Nice. The code's no good after weekend, or does it last a couple days? The code's good for 7 days, but you can only get the code until the end of the day tomorrow. So Austin, Simon, Merwin just started on the RG Shin Matsunaga Zaku, but I just felt the call of Elden Ring again this weekend, started a new character. Went to an anime con today and got the EG Noon RX 78 set form bolt for under 30. It's like Jason Goodson, Blake Rogers. It's Mystery of Sound playlist back. We are, I think, back, or we're still on the metal list, but Miracle Sound, I guess, has some on the metal station. So, you guys have a birthday discount? We do. There is a birthday discount you can sign up for. I know that there's a, I think, on the order confirmation page, and there's another link too. If you can't find it, feel free to email support, and we can get that to you. You're building God Gundam. Love that kit. Surprisingly flexible. Yeah, I've got some plans to display that mobility in this kit when it's all built. Okay, so I think I'm caught up with the chat finally. I want to get back to doing some building. How's everybody doing today? Had a pretty good day. We did the birthday for my son we were talking about a few weeks ago, doing the Nerf party. It was kind of chaotic. Getting a bunch of like 8 and 9-year-olds and some younger siblings in the same room with a bunch of Nerf guns, trying to get kids to listen, and oh, that was tough. But it was fun. If only Toms could be that flexible. Birthday thing showed for me after I brought the kit, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it should be there. There's definitely other ways to get to it. You don't have to purchase to get to it. We're doing my son's room. I'll listen tonight. Been doing it since 11:30 a.m. We've made some good progress on that by now, Mark. I hate painting. Painting rooms, at least. Painting kits is okay. So, guys, I'll be in and out chat tonight, but I'll try to be in it more than not. What's a backseat politician? Any injuries? No injuries, Skyrider. Thankfully, I was able to keep all the kids wearing safety glasses the whole time, so nobody got shot in the eye. We definitely had some tears. Where is this part I'm looking for? Definitely had some tears, getting shot in the neck with a Nerf dart, even from across the room. Is not fun. Oh, I already cut out 828. Uh-oh. Or I lost it. No, it looks like I cut it out. No, it looks like I lost it. That's worrisome. Did I cut that part out already? Putting it back together now, made a lot of progress. Nice. That's that number file tool. This is the Razer Origin, and it works pretty well, I'll say. I've been using it for just this build so far, but I've been enjoying using it. Well, that is very concerning. It looks almost like it might have been sheared off. I don't know how I didn't notice that. And particularly, troublesome about that. It's down here on the floor or something. Oh, is this it? Maybe this is it. Oh, it is. Whew. I was so worried. Press on the chest. This is for the neck, I think. It's A28, and it looks like this is it from the picture. I was worried that it broke off and I somehow lost it. The kid's told to be an ass. Nerf does bonus damage versus kids. Yes, yes it does. I was watching another video trying to add metal option parts. MG Goof Custom looks great. Giant pain he has to install. So sadly, I missed the beginning. Pushing British with the Nerf nuke. Sitting in the black hole again. Hours a day. I tried to build a base and it came out really good. Nice. Whew. Okay, and I need C22 and 23. So yeah, so that was chaotic today. It was a lot of fun, but I think the kids all had fun, which was good, other than the occasional butt hurt over being shot in the neck, or kids fratricide at one point. I think my son shot his friend that was on his team for a while. Pro tip though, if you ever have a bunch of kids with Nerf guns and you want a good activity, blow up a bunch of balloons and have them shoot the balloons and try to knock them past like a line on the floor. Seems to be a good way to have them shoot the Nerf guns and have fun and give you kind of a dynamic exercise that doesn't require them to shoot each other. Could be worse. Could be airsoft BB to the neck, forehead or fingers. Yeah, that would be worse. I don't think they would take it that well at that age. I said fratricide, and I was like, who shot their dad? I think fratricide is just shooting your teammates. Isn't it'd be patricide, I think, if it was shooting your dad. Although that might have happened too. I definitely took one to the ear. That might have been my son. I'm not sure. I didn't ever figure out who shot me. Blue and blue happens more often than you think. Yeah, it definitely caused some upset. And it's worse than being shot by the kids on the other end of the room because it's closer. Bouncers ripped on me. Any tips? I don't know. I haven't used the bouncers long enough to really have encountered many issues with them. Maybe somebody in the chat has an idea. My only thing would be to make sure that there's nothing like pointy on whatever parts you're using. It should be followed something else first. You joined them. No, it wasn't because I was in the game per se. I was just in the room trying to moderate and kind of be safety officer. I made sure to wear my good wraparound eye pro though, because I knew I'd probably take him. Some kids were not very good at aiming at the right things. Not to the knee. Definitely not to the knee. Would have been a lot better. Jeans would have protected me, I think. Being shot in the air kind of sucks. But I'll live. If I joined, there would have been filicide. Your replacement here, magic erasers work as a substitute. Be an adventurer like you, but then took a dart to the knee. Bouncers do not need much pressure to work. That's probably a good piece of advice right there. It could be just too much pressure causing it to rip. My son was really young. We played around with the Nerf suction dart gun. The dart stuck to my skylight for 6 years, maybe. Nice. Shooting of one son. I gotcha. I have a few I should probably glass file first. Yeah, I think that would help. It's the biggest Gunpla you have. I think the mega size is the tallest, but the most parts is the PGGPO1 I built a couple years ago for one of the charity streams. I think that's the largest number of parts for any Gunpla kit so far. You get the RG God decals back in soon. I think we're working on some decal orders. So I'm seeing someone use razors like that. They scratch a lot when you go hard. No, they work pretty well. I haven't had too much issue with scratching. If anything, I've had issue with it not doing enough fast enough. But that was just the learning curve, trying to figure out what the right amount of pressure was. But they don't seem to scratch. Recommend the God Hand. I like them. I think the Display 3.0 nippers are just as good, but these are what I've been using for years now. I haven't had any issues with damaging the nippers or anything like that, like a lot of people report. So I guess I have that part figured out. But they're good nippers. Nick, love the new text messaging feature from Mecha Warehouse. Awesome. For some reason, I'm not getting text back. Bob, if you could send me maybe a DM on Discord or an email or something with the number and what you're sending, or a screenshot of what you sent maybe, and I can double check it after the stream and try to troubleshoot it. We obviously haven't been doing it very long, so I don't know what the issues that can come up are, but something must not be right. Whether that's a digit wrong in the number, or the text, the thing's wrong, or maybe it's a bug in their software. I don't know, and I really shouldn't pretend to know what could be going on. I just broke my God hands, but it's only because I was being dumb. Speaking of weird bugs, we had a weird issue we discovered Friday. Somebody reported getting the same order twice. And while there's a number of ways I could see that happening, none of the logical ways that a double send could possibly happen could explain it. And it seems that Shopify allowed somebody to create a label and not actually record that a label was created, because we had two different labels for the same order with different tracking numbers purchased by two different people in the warehouse on two separate days, but only one of them showed up tracked against the order. Usually if you like cancel an order or cancel fulfillment, it shows up and tells you what was done. So made for some head scratching Friday morning when we found this out. Any idea when the RG Gale Gaigar? They are shipping hopefully Monday. My last update was, I think, end of the day Thursday. They told me they were picked, and the order that they're coming in on was being palletized, and it seemed like it would go out sometime early this coming week. So I'm suspecting they ship to us on Monday, which means they'll probably arrive the following Monday, just based on typical transit times, or best case transit times, I guess. And then obviously we'll ship out our pre-orders ASAP after that. So if you've got one already ordered, they'll go out, and if you know you want one, it would be a decent time to pre-order one if you want to make sure you get one and make sure it goes out quick. I think we still have some available. Some available for pre-order. Let's see. Of course, some beautiful New England leaves in my last order, but received none. Oh, I didn't see that note. I haven't been printing orders as much lately, so those kinds of requests depend on whoever's going through them to notice. Take accidental shipments. My first got hands last 1 month. My second pair is going on 4 years now. I really wonder if my first pair was a knockoff. Oh, normal decals for the RG God Gundam. The one I'm working on? I don't know if I'm going to do decals or not on it. Good evening, Nick and everyone. Happy Saturday night. What's up, Drez? Ask as I do frequently news of PGU. RX-78 reprints. Still got a buddy looking for one. We have an order confirmed. I just don't know when they'll show up. We place an order and it has 2 items at pre-order. Can that order ship for what you have in stock and pre-order ship later? It can, but you have to pay the difference in shipping. So if you've already placed that order, send us a message. You can email support. It would be a good way to do it. Support at mechawarehouse.com, and we can split it off onto another order. But typically, if they're on the same order, shoot, the part just flew. What was I saying? If pre-orders and non-pre-orders are on the same order, it won't ship until all the items are in stock. You know, news on HE Shenlong seems like they shipped everyone but you guys. Mimics, they're in that same shipment, so they'll be on the way. And it very well could be they shipped everybody else. We were dealing with this cash crunch as the best way I can describe it, where the quantity of orders we've been getting has just been exceeding our ability to pay for them in the right rate, if you will, to keep up with them. We've gotten stuff like them shipping multiple quarters worth of the same item at the same time, for example. So that's why part of why we've had this little bit of a slowdown. This next shipment that's about to ship is our largest shipment ever. And then right after it, there's 2 more shipments that will add up to be even more than that. We told them to hold those 2 until we could finish receiving, or at least get started on receiving this first one, because we just don't have the space to process it all at once. But we've got a ton of good stuff coming. And the clog has been cleared. We got our Shopify Capital drop, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. So next week should be a big restock plus new stock. So this coming Friday will be a decent restock. And then the following Friday will be a huge restock. We're planning on taking some of the items from that huge order, and we're going to offer like an early bird order, pre-order kind of thing. So like HG Kshatriya is on that, for example. What else? HG Kshatriya, a bunch of cool master grades that haven't been around in a while and stuff like that. We're going to try to offer them up for sale ahead of time, so that way the second they get in and get checked in, we can start shipping those orders out and start making room for the next orders, next shipment to come in. We offer private warehouse soon, because most of the time not all items are available in one go. I don't think we'll ever offer private warehouse. We were contemplating it. The main reason we're not is space and organizational, like logistics. It is hard to deal with that. It takes more space to hold on to those items. And most places that offer private warehouse where it makes sense, like HLJ, for example, they charge you actual shipping charges. So if we were to offer a private warehouse, instead of charging you a flat $10 for shipping, we would have to charge you what it actually costs to ship your order. And if you had a big order with a bunch of stuff, it might cost you $40, $50, $60 to ship that order to you. And otherwise, it doesn't make sense for us to put in 10 times as much work to store and organize and figure out how to track all that stuff in order to lose money essentially on the shipping. We thought about doing some sort of paid for premium service where maybe we would sell a subscription to rent your space in the warehouse essentially. And that would help make up for the logistical cost and maybe make sense for people that wanted that kind of service. But even with that, the amount of space that we have in the warehouse right now, like I don't know where we're going to put this next shipment that's coming in. It's going to be tight. We really need to start looking at maybe pallet racking and stuff, but that's a huge investment, and I'm trying not to have to do that until a year or 2 from now, because I don't think we really should need it, but hopefully that helps, that kind of explanation. But the private warehouse in your attic, Nick. My attic's full of my building stuff now, and my backlog. What's up, Adam? There's any Psycho's Aquifer Ka. Some kid needs to get one. I know there's some coming. I don't think there are any on that shipment. I know I've got word of what's on those other shipments too. I know the PG Unicorn will be back around very soon. It'll probably be after Black Friday, just based on the timing of processing this first shipment. We're still dealing with some staffing issues. So if we're receiving potentially, I don't know, 15 to 20 pallets worth of stuff on this next order, I think, is kind of what I'm guessing. It's going to take us some time and effort to break that all down and organize it, and we're running below what we want to staff-wise. Maybe a Black Friday sale or something like that. There is a plan to do a Black Friday sale. I haven't shared any of the official details, but if you look at what we did historically, it won't be super different from what we've done the past couple years in terms of what we're doing. Some of the percentages and amounts will change a little bit. What happened to the incoming channel in Discord? A lot of the posts there seem to have been deleted. I delete things from incoming when they arrive, typically. So I can take a quick peek over there, just in case something else got deleted. But no, it looks like it's up to date. Hope the MG F91 2.0 could restock. Missed that. What is in stock? What old MGs are we talking about? I think MG Zeong, for example. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. We've got some other... I'm trying to think which other... We've got a bunch of Seed MGs coming. I don't have the list in front of me. Can I find the Discord? I can't find it. So Oceanic, if you've purchased from us before, usually you receive an email after your first purchase inviting you to the Discord. So if you've purchased before and you got that email, then you can find it there. MG Gun Tank, yes, that's one that is definitely coming, I think. If not on this immediate one, then on one of those next couple of orders. But it's basically in the queue to be heading towards us. And if you've made a purchase, you got that link, and maybe it's an old expired link, or you didn't get that email, but you have made a purchase, feel free to email support@mechawarehouse.com and we can sort you out. The reason I have been holding off orders is because a car insurance bill came in and kind of shut down any big orders for a while. That can definitely hurt. Didn't notice in my email. MG Hyzak. We got the MG Hyzak now. We got that a few weeks ago, Silversmith Gaming. MG Zeong, or is the Perfect Zeong, or whatever the Zeong with legs is called. It's just the Zeong, I think. Perfect Zeong, I think, is a much rarer kit. If it even is just a straight kit, I'm not sure. Alright, 04, G2, 823. Some Mecha Warehouse polo work shirts. Polo shirts would be good. I want to do some like embroidered polo shirts at some point. I was planning on doing it for the staff, maybe. Perfect Zeong has legs, yeah, and it's basically the Dom legs, I think, from a different scale as MG Gun Tank, yep. So keep an eye out. It'll probably be like Monday or Tuesday, depending on when we get an actual date for when they're shipping. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tuesday, instead of like pre-orders, we might be posting up the stuff that is inbound. Not everything, but the popular ones, the ones that we think will help us get space cleared faster by having them up and stuff like that. It was what? Like 10 tabs open on my phone for different distributors. I did just get that 10%, so there you go. Good Mecha Beanie just in time for the temp to drop, right? It's a good time for that. I'm kind of glad we still have some of those. If you didn't grab one last year, now's a good time to grab one of those beanies next time you place an order. Excitement is great at that news. I bet the high grade gun tank has been pretty popular lately, so I wouldn't be surprised if the MG is really popular too. If you could visit any Gundam base location, which one would you go to and what would you bring back? Probably just Japan, because it's Japan. I don't know what I'd bring back though. It's too big for most beanies. I mean, you can make any beanie fit if you stretch it enough, right? Bring back Haro. I think Haros are on the order form for the next quarter. We're supposed to submit that by Wednesday, I think. The HG Gun Tank from Y'all Nice. I'm gonna do the first giveaway here in a second. Mecha Warehouse one fits me like a skull cap. Haro popcorn bucket for me. Bring back Haro from a Gundam base. There's a model Haro though. Core fighter systems are a favorite of mine. It's unfortunate MG gun cannon didn't have it. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Get a Haro plug. Gonna put it on my desk next to my monitor for moral support. I think I'm one of the few that dislikes the core fighters. What don't you like about the core fighters, Michael? Some celestial beans. Is there any Big Zam model that exists? If there is, I've never seen it, but I need it. I'm not sure. I want to say that there is something, but it might be a weird third-party thing or something. Okay, so just make the waist wonky. There's Big Zam and SD Big Zam. You already talked about the Witch from Mercury drops. We haven't gotten our confirmations yet. I assume we will soon, and then they'll hopefully be in queue to ship out to us. Any chance any PG Zaku's new shipment coming in? I'm hoping to get them so I can scoop them up. No PG Zaku's that I've seen yet. I think they might be on order, but I'm not sure. It's a Blues Pagan, Julia, 808 Johnster. What's up? Like a PG Wrestle Type C. I don't think they make one of those. Okay, so giveaway question. Actually, let's go with that one. So we're going to do a first drawing. We're going to put a number in the chat from 1 to 1400 and answer the question, what limited kit, like not necessarily P Bandai, although P Bandai I guess counts, but what limited kit would you have if you could that you don't currently have? So 1 to 1400, what limited kit do you want or was on your wish list? Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You do need to be present to win, and you need an answer to the question and a number in your comment, the same comment for your entry to be valid. HG Rezel or Lightning back. Not off the top of my head, we might have them coming, but I'm not sure. So travel to Thailand this month. I asked them to bring me something back, but I can't find anything specific for that location. Wait, what happened? What was the range? 1 to 1400. The question was, what limited edition kit? A lot of people didn't understand that, I guess, but I'll have to let that pass, I suppose. The validity of your answer isn't necessarily a condition for winning. I was thinking like some of the fancy Gundam base exclusives. Like for a while, for me, it was that I wanted the 711 RX-78s. I managed to snag them sometime in the last year or so. There's resin on P-Bandai kit count. I know there's a resin rehaze conversion kit out there. Interesting. Where are 7-Eleven DOMs? Did they ever make a 7-Eleven DOM? I just say the Spider Ball MG kit from Premium Bandai is just the ball, but perfected for maneuverability. Those are pretty cool. Wait, Nick, I'm up for that weekend work with Saturdays especially. Cool, Bobby. I'll keep that in mind. Gotta figure out what fits in and stuff, but I think once we receive this big one that we got coming, I think trying to check stuff in is going to be hard because we're going to be flat out trying to keep up with orders, because I think we're going to be absolutely slammed with those orders plus Black Friday and all that kind of stuff for a while. So being able to tackle check-in and some of that stuff on the weekends, I think will help us a lot, trying to avoid like killing the team during the week. They're gonna be struggling enough trying to keep up, especially if we can't fill that open position very soon. And I figured part-time work on the weekends is easier to get. Good, I can't wait till you get the MG Saku Verka. I think you and like 2/3 of everybody. This expansion shows that product is actually coming in now, and like 2 years ago, we got product moving now. The next few orders will be interesting too. We're about to put in our next one, and there's a lot of stuff on it that we actually don't need to order because we have in stock already and have enough of that I don't think we will run out before it comes in, which is an interesting place to be. We've been in the position where things sell out super fast for so long that we're not used to managing long-term inventory and stuff. You count the HGG sell since Bandai never reprints a damn thing. Think about questions like this are cheatish for Secret Santas to see what everyone else might be wanting. It's true. RG Tokugawa makes me drool. Open Bandai Expo is supposed to have an option for buying online. They mentioned some limited edition kits. The iron blooded coated and bar with toast. Yeah, I think the Expo, they tend to have some limited kits up online. It'd be weird finally get to a place where you don't have to order something just for the sake of ordering stock. Yeah, we're definitely noticing trends because we've never been this deep in stock before for certain things. So the first transition was trying to go from you order something and it sells out in 15 minutes. How many do you need to have in stock for 6 months or a year or 3 months or whatever that time period is? And at first it was, okay, how many do we need to get to have the ongoing regular stock for a long term? And then what we're finding with certain items, that there's an additional point where they transition from selling regularly to selling less frequently. Like there's a quiet rate, if you will, that they sell consistently at, and then there's a even slower point when something really saturates, because certain items everybody doesn't necessarily need or want. And that's been interesting, trying to figure out how to calculate those rates and predict them even more so. And I think it's just different than what it would have been a few years ago, even because of the state of the hobby and the industry. Base would come to a SE Con. I'm in Miami, but I'd drive up to Atlanta if I knew I'd be there. Okay, so I just called time. Gonna draw a random number. One to 1400. Okay. 514. I don't see a 514. I'll let you guys confirm. If there is no 514, we will draw again in a little bit. Surprised how quickly MG Barbatos went scarce. I feel like it was consistent print at least 3 years straight. Yeah, Sazabi Raka seems to... We haven't hit that point on that one yet, but some kits hit it pretty fast. Picked up one last week. It's coming Monday. Nice. Okay. So we'll draw again for the prize in a little bit. Okay, next part here. G2 17. There goes my holder. Okay. Good price, not gonna lie. Yeah, RG Sazabi is a good one. Got a bunch of them in stock too, so if anybody is in need of one, now is as good a time as ever to grab one. Not my highest one, but I also wish the real type color RG Zaku will pop back up. Missed it during last year's expo. Well, fingers crossed for you. Char-suits will always sell at some point. Yeah, pretty much. There's definitely certain ones that they slow way down, but I feel like they'll always sell. And then there's stuff that sells while people know about it, especially some of these lesser known brands. Like we got some Flame Toys products that sold really well in short bursts when they first came out, and then everybody forgets about them. Any older 80s kits on any list? I don't know if I've seen anything 80s in a while. Get the HG Red Comet is my favorite build, but the Sazabi is probably going to pass it. I've only heard good things about both the RG and Verka Sazabis. Or the Eva RGs. I've heard good things. Sure, half my collection of soldier kits. Nothing wrong with old kits. Not necessarily great for beginners, but they can be more challenging if you're into a more challenging build. Sinju, nice. Does they produce old kits or they just replace them? They definitely reprint some older ones. The older it is, though, the less frequently or likely they are to reprint it. Some of the most recent old ones we got are some of the old no grade and early high grade G Gundam mobile suits. I think they're like early 90s. So a bit of people saying they bought Char stuff after Michael Cops had passed. I wouldn't be surprised if some Char stuff kind of becomes more prominent. Friend wants to trade me a copy of Elden Ring for a PG Endless Waltz at Wing Zero, but they already started on it, so I'm kind of hesitant. Yeah, personally, I couldn't deal with picking up somebody's kit that they had already started, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that would be happy with a deal like that. From Psyche. As you guys had a way to source more competitively priced Chinese third-party kits like the Solvogue stuff and the Genesis. Yeah, right there with you. Some of that stuff, I think there's been some of that stuff that we've just passed on because we can't currently find a way to source it in a way that we can be competitive in the pricing. And if we want to source something, we want to be competitive, because when you get these more expensive kits, people start, paying attention to price. Like, it's important. Yeah, RGAs are great if you want a great change of pace from a typical Gundam build, but they're very, very similar to each other. Only weapons really change. A position where I only collect Xeon Mono Eye suits, so 1 month I'm building a newer kit without polycaps. Next I'm building a sub 100 series kit older than some folks. Where with the PG would be missing pieces. Mute for the win there with the sneeze. What's your opinion on metal build kits? I haven't built any or really seen any in person, so I don't really have a ton of opinion on them, and haven't paid too much attention to even reviews of them, so I can't really talk them up or talk them down, because I just don't really know. Alright, partially primed and prices are piece or bag, so it could be missing something. Yeah, that would be definitely be a risk. And unless it was a very recent acquisition where maybe they could still request parts for you if something was missing, it's hard to fix that if you found something was missing. I built one of the Ink Dragon kits? Good question. I want to build one of those. Multiple giveaways tonight, or just one? Just the one. We'll be drawing again for it since nobody won on the first draw, but just the one kit tonight. Heard of Beast Box, Nick? You should look at them. They're pretty cool. My kid loves them. I have not. What is Beast Box? The metal builds are premium figures, not actual model kits. Yeah, I think they're like a metal frame that's already assembled that you put the armor on or something. To buy a PG, but I don't know which one. Like today, what's a Pat Tea Cakes? We should also talk about SCGMC. So the plan is to go to SCGMC next weekend. We'll be hopefully flying out Thursday. I have yet to book my flights, though. I got to figure that out. Unfortunately, my mother-in-law fell. She had a little medical episode Wednesday into Thursday. I found out right after I recorded the weekly update. And she landed in the hospital. She's in the hospital this weekend. So Kate was going to come out with me. I don't think she's going to be coming out because they're still not sure how all that's going to play out over the next week or so. She's thankfully seems to be okay at the moment, not in any immediate danger as far as I can tell. But they're not sure what happened exactly yet. They're trying to still figure out if she's okay to go and all that stuff. And so I think I'm still going out because I think my parents were already signed up to watch the kids that weekend. So she'll be free enough to do what she needs to do, and I won't add that much by being here. So I think I'm still going out. We'll probably change the plans slightly in terms of how long I'm out there and stuff. But I got to make that decision pretty soon. How's Kate doing? I mean, well enough. She's surviving. It's been added stress. Doesn't help that we got our big order due on Wednesday, and Kate's most of the way through her part of that, but I'm hoping that we get an extension because we haven't gotten our confirmations yet. So hopefully I'll get out there. Anybody on here from the LA area? I'm gonna figure out if there's anything, if I do make it out there, if I should be trying to make it to any particular restaurants or anything I should be shooting to try to do while I'm out there. Pick up special bills with the kids, be a car wish for your family. Thank you guys. You ever try to use Razor Plus? Possibly. Just need to do that while there. Man, I'm not a big Trejo's Tacos for sure. Where's that at? I'm not a big Disney fan. We did Disney a couple years ago down in Orlando, and I was very, very underwhelmed. Was it Galaxy Epcot? Pretty cool. I went on. It's owned by the guy who plays Machete. Super nice guy. Yeah, I know I've heard of it. I definitely know with Danny Trejo. The Edge is awesome. I wasn't a big Disney guy until I met my wife. I feel like some of that stuff at that was like the only good stuff Disney wise. I feel like was the down in Orlando was the Star Wars kind of section there. Play has a little Tokyo area. Oh, interesting. On the West Coast, you should be looking for ramen restaurants. I heard there's some good ones out there. My brother was out there for I think a vacation or something, and when I saw him the other day, he said something about there being some good ramen place he went to. A little Tokyo might be an interesting little exploration, I guess. There are AOMY Bandai pop-up shops there. Tokyo has the best ramen. Any particular spots there that are good or would be a... They usually have a line. Anywhere good has a line, right? Okay, D10 E19. Where would you get your Gunpla before you had your own shop? A lot of my first purchases were Amazon, actually. Because I used to buy like everything on Amazon. A little bit less now than I did. San Jose is way out of your way, but their pork miso ramen I would kill for. It's amazing. Did you ever open a warehouse in California? That's some chunky roast, yes. What is this? This is pretty good. Miracle of sound, actually. Compulsion? Would you ever open a warehouse in California? That's a good question, and the answer is like 110% no. Never. I would not do business in California if somebody held a gun to my head. And nothing against people who live in California or anything like that. I'd be worried about the tax liability. Like we don't have sales tax, and a lot of that's because we're based in New Hampshire. I wouldn't honestly operate in any other state other than New Hampshire right now because of that sales tax thing, primarily. But from everything I've heard, like that sounds like the LA area, like it'd be a nice advantage to have probably a really cheap shipping to have them ship, across town instead of across the country. The weather's probably really nice, and that'd be cool. But that tax advantage and some of the business regulation stuff that makes stuff harder to run a business out there, I just wouldn't want to have to deal with. And honestly, I don't think I would run another shop anywhere else anyway, because I see how hard it is to try to run a shop, like a single shop, and trying to run a second location remotely would be a very difficult jump. I would need to have somebody on my team that was willing to move to wherever that place was to run it, that was really experienced with how we do things and that I trusted deeply, and that would be, a challenge. Or run a Phoenix distribution hub, you just say the word. Weather, Central, Cali, 114, ambient, imagine the warehousing, yeah. Imagine the cost of AC. I guess would be a better option if you wanted to expand west. Probably, but yeah, I don't think I'd run one anywhere anyway. I don't need the headache of trying to figure out how to manage multiple locations. It just seems really hard. See, I could look at the stats of where y'all ship to most and consider there. Yeah, but again, if anywhere other than New Hampshire, we'd have to worry about the sales tax, I think. I mean, Alaska doesn't have a sales tax, I think. I'm not sure. There's like one or two other states, I think. But even running a second location in New Hampshire, that would be the most likely scenario if we had more than one location. But that would be hard. You saw mine, no point, I have two locations there, exactly. Like you could theoretically decrease our shipping costs to our customers by having two locations, but managing stock in two locations, figuring out which warehouse to ship an order from, it exponentially increases the complexity of running the business. And I can't imagine trying to do that. Different control for stores. I've only seen pictures. All day driven. It's freaking hard, but doable. It's definitely doable, but like, why do hard if you don't have to? Is kind of my point. Things are already challenging enough for us as it is. We're running lots of new problems as we grow and trying to solve them, and it becomes a whole different problem. And until you're large enough to really warrant it, and I don't think anybody in the Gunpla space is large enough to warrant it. If Bandai hasn't decided to have distribution centers in multiple places in the US, then it doesn't make sense for us. Delaware, I believe, has no sales tax. That's interesting. I did not expect that for Delaware, but you could be right. I know there's only a few states that don't have a sales tax. Okay, where am I at here? So we got this. So one thing is it's a warehouse online storefront on a retail location where you need storefronts. Making a second warehouse is logistically wasteful, right? Then Nick can do it once he gets some monopoly income in the U.S. Sorry, rocket shipping, no need for a West Coast bin. 4 states: Delaware, Montana, Oregon, New Hampshire. I thought Alaska had no sales tax too, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, D10 and E18. Actually, we should do our next draw. Amazon networks charge sales tax. I buy from my local California stores a lot more because the price would be comparable with shipping. I'm sure. Solution is a private island out west. If I could afford a private island, I would seriously consider that. Although it'd be harder to get staff, I bet. Those guys polar bear tax. They have a sales tax, but they can charge a local tax. Never thought about sales tax. LMAO. Yeah, I'm sure we get people to move to a private island. Hey, just getting in what you're building. RG God Gundam. Staff housing along with the beach. Folks would go for it. All right, so number 1 to 800. Actually, the question this time, where are you? What state do you live in? We haven't asked that question in a while. So let's do a number from 1 to 800. What state are you in? Remember, 1 number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to U.S. addresses. You do need to be present to win. And your answer and the number need to be in the same comment for your entry to be valid. What's the question? Where are you at? Hawaii, most expensive state to live, I bet. Imagine you gotta fly a lot of things in. Which is funny, when I moved to New Hampshire, my mom thought that they had to, helicopter stuff in, or at least that's the impression that I was under. She was all concerned with us being so far north, an hour and a half north of where I grew up in Massachusetts. Question, where are you at? What state are you in? mom from around because I was thinking 1.5-hour drive is long is definitely one of our things. No, she grew up in the Boston area, I think. We're the part of Massachusetts I grew up in was really close to Rhode Island, though. Hey, where's the other guy from Maine? I don't see him. Murder Mitten Gang represent. Is this Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? You know about the song? Music? Let's raise our hands straight on until morning. Definitely never would have pegged Nick for a asshole. Well, I got out of there. Are you a circa 2008 graduate? Because the metalcore is on point. I graduated from college in 2009. Would have been 2008. Except I did a 5-year BSMS, so I guess technically my undergrad did 2008. We're in New Jersey, grew up in Philly, now reside in New Hampshire. Probably what you trying to show. Thanks that show was. That's why this band sounds familiar. The tempo, it reminds me of what they're called, Electric Callboy now. They were Eskimo Callboy. Like, I don't know what the category is called. It's like EDM core kind of. 2008 high school graduate and metalcore emo. I'm an asshole too. Technocore, Electric Callboy. Oh. The bear population aggressive out there in New Hampshire? Not where I'm at. Maybe up north there might be some bears, but probably not that. I don't hear about bear attacks or anything. Electric Callboy is freaking awesome. They're hilarious. My runners are Wolverine claws for bears when I go far north. Tell myself not to play with them when they eat my bird feeders. We have bears here in Maine, but honestly they're lazy, don't really eat as many people as they should. Yeah, I think that the bears you got to worry about tend to be mostly out west. There's no grizzlies or any of those out here, so we mainly have like black bears and stuff, right? So they're not quite as threatening or as dangerous. With crab cord, found a video of a guy crab walking in the middle of a mosh pit. That's great. Remember by hitting elk. The bear season got within the herd. Arizona, just drive in and see them lay around. Can't imagine just having a bear casually stroll in my backyard. I went out when I was I think it was in college. I flew out to Western Canada, Dawson Creek, British Columbia. It's a karate camp thing that was going on out there. And the person I was staying with, I think a bear came up on their porch or something while I was there, like early in the morning while I was asleep. That's probably my closest encounter with a wild bear, and I wasn't even awake for it. We'll never underestimate a black bear there, TKs. King Cobra's my areas, lots of breeders. We're pretty often here in this part of North Carolina I'm from. Bears are on where I'm at, but we have mountain lions. Going for a walk when I was in Alaska, I had a black bear run across the path in front of me. Needless to say, I felt I had walked enough and peeling back from where I was staying. Actually, I should call time here and do our next draw. Pick the number here. Stationed at Tyndall AFB. We have black bears all over the base. Many nights coming home to the dorms. And a bear would be chilling leaning up against somebody's door. A disaster, they opened their door, I bet. And they've just called Tom. Sorry, dude. We all punch each other in the face at one point. I've been punched in the face, not at a show though. That's another whole story. All right. 1 to 800. Number 100. 100 even. Oh, it looks like we have two. A stealthy bedlam. And Armando Roca. Nice. So we got two. So we are going to flip the Mecha Warehouse Challenge coin. It's been a while since we've had to flip one of these guys. It was the number 100 even. Pat T Cakes. So Stealthy Bedlam and Armando. One you guys should both pick. Whoever I see call it first will get it. We got heads and we got tails. Heads and tails. Whoever calls it first gets their choice, and then I'll flip the coin. We'll see who wins. By the way, we do have. Looks like a Stealthy Bedlam calls heads. So if it's heads, a Stealthy Bedlam wins. If it's tails, Armando wins. So anyway, what I was going to say, we do have more of these available. So if you are a Discord member and want one, feel free to send me a DM. It's $15 shipped. And you can win one of those. Okay. I'm going to flip it. So I'll flip it, catch it, back of my hand. If I drop it, I'll reflip. Let's go. Looks like a good flip. Looks like it is tails. It Beldum. Oh, it is a Stealthy Beldum. Interesting. I guess I can't read. So it's tails. So Armando is our winner. So congrats, Armando. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com. And we will send that out this week. Congratulations. There'll be different design for the 2023 coin. Yes, there will. We've done one every year so far since 2020. The 2020 coin, we don't have any left of these, obviously. We did 100 of these. That was our 2020 coin. 2021, I really like the design for the 2021 coin. We did 200 of those. And there were 300 made of the 2022 coin, which we do have more available of. Next year's probably will be a smaller run, I think, than 300, but we'll see. What did he win? He won an RG Sazabi. Great prize to win, in my opinion. Okay, we're gonna bring back the stickers with you in blue. We might at some point. We message you or the bot. You message me directly. Just keep in mind I probably won't reply to you until Monday. Just trying to stay relatively unplugged over the weekend. But I can get back to you on Monday. If you have an order already you want to add it to, include that order number. And I can try to get it on there. Or we can just send it directly. Shipping's included in that price. We do have a few of the stands and coin capsules and cases and stuff available too. And we have the RG Sazabi in stock as well. So if you didn't win one, but you want one, great time to grab it. You can perhaps take advantage of that SMS deal we got going on. Sign up for the SMS service. You can find the info on that on our website. All the disclaimers and stuff too. I tell you the phone number and what to text to it on here, but I think I have to say what all the disclaimers are if I did. But we got a 10% code if you sign up for our SMS this weekend. That code's good for a week, I think. So I'm finished my MG Sazabi. Only the backpack and decals left. Nice, but you're close. Check if I can challenge anyone here in Arizona with the coin for a beer. As long as it's 10% off, good until I think it's 7 days from whenever you get it. But we're only giving that code out until the end of the day tomorrow. Equal MG coming in next week. Yeah, we got a few. I think the Charzaku 2.0, Easy 8, both come to mind. I think we got some of the Seed Master Grades too. Get the Bill of Sazabi. Same here, Mike. I want to though. Use the code for the Secret Santa. It's a good strategy. So busy building my new kit. Apart from you, I forgot to stream. Well, you made it. Last level, welcome. Assuming that 10% can't be used for dings and dent orders, right? Not in addition, correct. Dings and dents are their own discount and aren't subject to any other discounts. First Sazabi is also my first for Ka and my second MG. Nice. Okay. You're getting the MG Sniper 2 in stock ad. Yes, that's actually one of the master grades that is about to ship in that humongous order. So we'll be doing the early bird ordering on that too. Zach, I'm working on the RG God Gundam. So we'll probably do like we do with our regular pre-orders and put like half of what's coming up for the early bird and then have the other half available for order when it goes up on restock day. But it'll help us start loading, getting those orders out early. There's no restock this week, but is HGUC Dryson possibly coming to your store? Says it's coming from Utah, but it's been almost 2 months while other places got it. I don't know. I don't, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Good build, but it takes longer than you think. Yeah, it's definitely taken a while. There's a lot to it, which is good. It's been fun. It's also, it's more than I thought it would be. I hate that they put these nubs inside this little like groove here. Are you able to pre-order it now? No, Mark, but we're going to do the early bird probably like Monday or Tuesday. Once we get those listings prepped. We were starting on the work on Friday, I think. They should ship by Monday or Tuesday. And so they'll hopefully restock maybe just before Black Friday. Okay, so this one. Oh, I see, those are supposed to be folded up. Now let's this go in. And then that comes down. Okay. There we go. Minor fitment issues there. We're caught in the backlog. Are they as finicky as rumored? I don't know about finicky. There's definitely a lot of parts. Won't know what it is till Christmas, but I know there's a Mecha Warehouse box at my parents' place. So it's going to be a good Christmas. Nice. All right, and this is ready to go on. So we've got a torso on top of our legs. I feel like this is a really skinny waist. The Sazabi has been being careful, taking my time. I've come across a few places where I had to take it apart to put it together right. It's always fun. I have a feeling Kate is not listening, but if she happens to be listening, I could use some water. Okay, arm units. So there's some parts we do in duplicate, and then we do go to one arm or the other. Okay, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Speaking of Christmas, worried about the diesel shortage around holiday shipping. I honestly haven't had a moment to even think about it. So thank you for putting worry in my head, I guess, but hopefully it's not too big of an issue. Speaking of Christmas, have you been liking the RG God so far? It's been good. There's only been a few nub marks that are really painful, or nubs that are painful to remove. And otherwise, it's been absolutely fantastic. It's either I knew or God. Mom likes to shop early. Ask the in-laws for Sazabi. Ask for Gunpla from people who have no clue what it is. Can be tricky. Definitely. That can definitely be true. Sorry with anxiety. No worries. At least you sent them to, or they figured out the right place to go. One of the guys in the warehouse was saying that I don't know if it was this year or previous year, somebody got them a Death Scythe Hell or something for Christmas. They already had a couple of them already because it's one of their favorite mobile suits or something. And but whoever bought it for them found it on Amazon and way overpaid for it or something, which is painful to hear about. RG Sazabi as a kid I have laying around until I get better because I really want to paint it, do it justice. Probably going to be a couple years. I know that feeling. Water decals my HGC Mesa right now. GB work decals are a little tougher to work with. Are they harder than Delpy? I still need to try G rework. I have a few kits I've been waiting to build for a similar reason. Not so much that I don't think I can do them justice, but so that I want to paint them. And I want to like get my painting process figured out on high grades before I do something larger that's going to require painting more parts and more complexity. So I've been holding off on some bigger builds. You can imagine asking the folks for kits. I would have to send direct links and then explain why Amazon would not be cheaper multiple times. Click a picture of the box and give them your website and told them not to pay over 50. There you go. There's so often, especially we had the scalping situation where people are buying like HG gun tanks because their prices are way overinflated on Amazon, and I wish I could target ads directly to those people to send them off site because they're way overpaying, and I feel like those people need to be saved, you know. But I don't know how to do it. Mr. Hobby decals, adhesive, you have to use the green bottle and softener when it comes to G rework decals. Oh, interesting. For Amazon, only review of it. That includes a mention of the warehouse, and I found it cheaper. That's an idea. I should just actually ask the question on the listing of why is it so overpriced, because the Amazon website has the questions feature, right? Also the kind of person tries to refuse haughty gets to save the folks money, but then just go out and get something regardless. Yeah, it's hard to convince people not to buy gifts. Certain people really enjoy that process, I think. I hate buying gifts for the holidays. It's so much work. And I feel like with my family, I think we ended up deciding, my parents, everybody just decided not to do gifts for the adults, and it was just gifts for the kids, because half the time it feels like we're just making lists of things, and like, I just buy the stuff for myself if I want it. I don't usually have stuff I need someone to buy for me. The stuff I want anyway is hard for anyone to get me anything I actually want or need. That's exactly what I was saying. So G-Work is that they stick right away to the point where I stopped using Mr. Setter, just Mr. Softer afterwards. Interesting. Or from you guys look at other shops where I started to get, I just couldn't take it. Trying to make that easy. I don't know that we always have the best price on stuff, but the idea is that you'll know at least you're not getting ripped off. You should go the gift card route. Yeah, at some point that gets silly though, right? If I buy you a gift card for $50 and you buy me a gift card for $50, then at that point it's like, okay, well, what was the point of that? Yo, 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 what's up, MJRL Hobby Stuff? It's a thought that counts. True. Like, if I want to get a gift for somebody, I want it to be, like, meaningful. Like, I want to try. But it's so hard sometimes. This is the first I really thought about gift buying for the holidays this year. RG God Gundam today. Yes, we're still on that. I think I forgot. Do you charge anything for a canceled pre-order? So we do have a 5% cancellation fee if you want the money back rather than store credit, and we do that because the transaction fees are collected by Shopify when the order is purchased. And so if you place a pre-order and then cancel that pre-order, we're still out that money for the cancellation fees. And so it seems to make sense. We used to not charge a fee, but a lot of pre-orders, especially the popular ones, some people place pre-orders in a bunch of places and they cancel everywhere else that doesn't get it first because they can't wait to get it. They're hedging bets. And so if you're going to do that with us, I don't want to bear the cost of the transaction fees because they can add up. But if you take store credit, then you don't lose anything. Occasionally, but the Galactic, buy from Galactic, but I start seeing the prices even on the cheap kits. They're starting to buying up P Bandai charges so much of them I realized they were scummy. Nick, you're coming to SCGMC. I'm hoping to. The plan was definitely to go out. I mentioned it earlier in the stream. My mother-in-law took a spill Wednesday into Thursday and ended up in the hospital. So originally Kate was going to come out with me, and I think she's definitely not going out at this point because everything's kind of in flux about when her mom will be out of the hospital and what needs to be figured out for that. So in the meantime, I've been trying to figure it out. I was going to buy my tickets on Thursday, I think, and then this happened, so I've been trying to figure out what to do. I'm hopefully making a decision today, tomorrow, and then getting those tickets purchased if we're going out, or if I'm going out, rather. During the holidays, do you decide a project for the charity live stream this year? I have not decided yet on the project. I'm still trying to figure out what day to do it. I think December 26th, it's a Monday, so it's basically Christmas observed. Oh, did I miss a up there? I think we'll be closed at the warehouse, so that might be the best day to hold it. But I still need to confirm that. Birthdays, I got you when it comes to gifts, but for the holidays, you have to be 12 and under to get something from me. From me, I'm assuming. Already 5%, that makes sense. Found a hobby shop that has an awesome selection of kits, post weekly stock updates. Only priced a couple of dollars over you guys, but they're an hour away, so you're my go-to. Maybe safer to skip it in case Kate needs you. That's what I was kind of thinking and what I'm worried about. Because she was planning on coming out with me, my parents were already on the hook to watch the kids for the long weekend. So I think the kids will be out of her hair anyway that weekend, because I don't think that'll change. And it's just a matter of whether me being here helps her actually, other than watching the kids. I skipped jiu-jitsu last night so I could watch the kids so she could go visit her mom and help sort stuff out. And before and after the kids' party today, she was over there trying to figure out what's going on and get answers and stuff. So So we'll see. I gotta see how comfortable she is with it. I haven't really talked to her about it. I think she wants me to go, because I don't think that I'm gonna be needed. I think it depends on if she ends up having to go to like some sort of long-term or like rehab kind of care. Would be where I come in. If she needs to move any stuff or whatever. So quick question. Even though I did not pay my purchases in Shopify, I'll get notified by Shopify that my item is ordered, delivered, etc. Yes. Because Shopify is the company that runs that provides the website service. So everything's Shopify. Sometimes people can buy through the Shop app. You could buy from our website directly. The email still is sent by Shopify or whatever. It'll look like it comes from us though. See, there's a place from Nashua that has an amazing stock kits from the 80s. My God, the price is ridiculous. Yeah, I've heard stories. Got Hobbytown USA, but they're 45 minutes away from me, and their website keeps terrible record of what they actually have at stocks. My go-to for kids. This hobby shop is 2 hours away, so yeah, you guys my go-to. Do it. Earlier, you have details about the company I work for is slow, but they donated way more than I was able. Either way, money goes to a good cause. Stopping to say what's up. Just got back from a wedding. Hope everything's doing well. What's up, Rob? Hope the wedding was fun. Do you watch all the anime of corresponding Gundam kits that you build? Personally, I've only watched like 3 series. I just like the mecha designs. I haven't watched RG Gundam, for example. I think there might be some other stuff I built that I haven't seen the series of. I'm checking out early night. All good building. See you later, Matthew. Okay, let's finish the rest of this upper arm. E120. Gundam is great. It's good to hear. To watch you Gundam, it's like DBZ Gundam. I want to. There's a lot of stuff I want to watch. One of these days I'll get a moment to. Watching a Zeta episode every day since I started it, and usually I'm just silent shouting, "Why are you not shooting him or her?" Gonna watch the 00 Gundam, put myself up for Dynamis tattoo tomorrow. Nice. Got the Razor so far. I prefer Razor Plus over regular. So far it's been good. I wish there was like a narrower version than this actually though, because there's been a few places where it's just too big. I think the Razor Plus is even bigger, right? I don't know what the difference is in terms of grit and stuff like that. Finish up my MG Mobile Gen. Love that kit. Highly recommended. Nice. Looks like a solid kit from what I've seen. Okay, and then F19. I'm gonna be starting the Ink Dragon next. Nice. Let me know how that one goes. I'm definitely interested. I think someone was actually asking about that earlier in the stream. It looks like it'd be a fun kit. I ended up snagging one. Where did my part go here? Here we go. The MG Core Gundam coming out. I don't know. That'd be cool if one's coming out. Infinity Small Glass File Kit from you, if that's the same reason. Is it smaller than the Razor, and is it comparable in terms of how it works? Maybe I should look into that. Never a Jin fan, but I built the MG Jin. They did it justice. That's cool. I think there's a bunch of things where the mobile suit I wasn't interested in, but the kit makes me interested in it, if you will. Like, I never really liked Zaku's until I built a 2.0 Zaku. The giveaway happened already? It did. Second draw by coin toss. 3 times wider and grit is more rough. Talking about the Razor. Razor Plus. Like mostly Zaku's or Zaku variants. Especially the 2.0 Zaku and some of the more modern kits. I think the first Zaku I built, HGC 40, the really pretty old Zaku, not very good. MG Zaku's, but damn, those tubes are annoying. I mean, they could be worse though. Need like tweezers or something to hold this part. So far, the gun primer tools that I've tried, I've liked them. I just ordered the scribe set, so we'll see how that goes. Let me know how that one is. They're narrow and have different grits, pretty similar quality. I might have to try those out then. Finally, I'm done massing. I looked at the manual. The Ink Dragon had to build the same section 20 times. Oh, that's going to be rough. By TriStar's High Mobility Zaku is my favorite, other than the Seed Zaku's. Shy of 2 hours. It's a lot of masking. Masking can be so tedious. Okay, so I got to duplicate that one more time. Should reprint the ZZ kits. Which one in particular? Okay, 3, 4, 5, and 6. MG Freedom 2.0 shield at the moment. I'm painting like 5 different colors. Awesome. Testing the funnels in my Hanyu over a car well over 30 hours. I bet those would sound pretty tedious to me. I'm a messer now while watching this fantastic kid. I've heard good things. Talked to my sister into getting my nephew a few entry grades for Christmas, hoping to pile my 11-year-old nephew down the rabbit hole. RG God Gundam has been a great build so far. He's a big boy, I bet. How far are you through it? I'm really looking forward to doing the Dom and Rick Dom. Go for any RE kits though. Yeah, it's been a while since a lot of those have been printed. Chest and head so far, working on arms. Chest and head so far, working on arms. Cool. Should hoping to help keeping him out of trouble. A little better off doing plastic crack than actual crack. That's what I always say. Is the hobby conflict getting big in the US? Myself just got in a few months ago. I think so. I think the biggest growth was during COVID. Because a lot of people either got into it or back into it, having free time on their hands. But it's definitely a growing hobby right now. You don't think of the Supernova line. I haven't built any of them myself. I've heard good things in terms of the quality as far as third-party kits go. Although we'll never carry them at Mecha Warehouse because they're unlicensed. Back in Gunpla during 2020. I think a lot of people did. So you can control more or less, real crack will rip your life and family apart. Very true. The health effects of plastic crack are not quite as bad for you either. It's harder to OD on plastic crack. Sent her the link to MW entry grade Pokemon quick stuff. Awesome. Where when I bought my first kit as a Master Grade Sword Impulse, and I said it was going to be the only one. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you were pretty confident from the beginning that you were going to get addicted. At least that's what I remember. Maybe that was the second or third time I saw you, but the plastic crack is healthy for you. To an extent it is. I mean, we joke about the addiction, but I know of at least one individual that literally had an addiction. And I think was seeing like counseling, getting counseling for it. They're like Pringles, once you pop, you can't stop. Very true. Time I look at my backlog and I tell myself, surely I'll get through these before I get more. Yeah, that happens. It's been a cardboard crack, i.e. magic. That's probably true. So I'm pretty sure I said I wasn't too confident. I'll only buy one. Looks like a built collection at the top of the dresser cabinet. Looks at stacks of unopened kits in closet floor, size heavily. Wait, what? What are you whatting about? Because I'm saying wait what, so you're wait what? issue of space. I'm going to need to use another room. Space is a real issue. So in a metal build figures here. I am not. Some people might be. Too many build kits. It's a real problem. First build was MG Full Saber. After that, I was hooked. Counseling, but I could see how anything can become addictive when it takes over. Yeah, it's like I think it was like he was using the purchase of Gunpla was what he was addicted to more than anything. And it was a matter of he was like stress buying stuff essentially. It was like his bad habit. When he got stressed out, he would start buying kits, kind of thing, or something. It was like the escape. And when you're buying one you can afford, or it becomes a problem, then it's an addiction, right? When you can't stop yourself, even though that you need to be able to stop. Kits is okay to have in the backlog before it's a real problem. I don't know that there's any number that's too much necessarily, as long as you can afford it. I think it's only a problem if you are buying kits that you can't afford. Keep myself from buying too much Gunpla by having more kits to feed. Like having a huge backlog is only really a problem if it's coming at the expense of buying food, paying your utility bills, etc. Like the things that you need. If you can afford it, then whatever is healthy, in my opinion. The backlog is like money in the bank. Worst case, I can always resell them on eBay. I mean, that's true too. A lot of kits hold value pretty good. Not all of them, but they definitely do have some resale value if they're not built. I built this PG Wing Zero custom and I took a very long break. I got back in building again 18 months ago. I bought and built the PG Wing Zero custom again. There's no number, only when it takes over making a mortgage or feeding your family, then yeah, right. Okay, 2 more parts to do. Perk being forever stuck living at home with the folks. The hobby of money flow never turns out completely. 20 the backlog, but I bought when money was good and built like 1 to 2 every 3 months. I think that's what that means. Work hard for extra money to buy the backlog. It's ridiculous. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. I want to build into my old age. It's a forever hobby for me, but I also make sure my bills are paid, food's on the table, and mama has her new shoes before I buy more flannel. Yeah, what will be interesting is in, 30 years, 40 years, when those of us who have huge backlogs realize we won't be able to finish them in our lifetimes. Then it'll be like some of the older model builders selling their tanks and planes and car models at model shows and stuff. It's way cheaper than going to the bar or casino. At least that's what I tell my wife. I feel less bad about having a backlog and buying a Gunpla. I have 3 in my backlog and plan to keep it under 10. I just get stuff that I want when I can get it. Okay, E220. All right, let's do an extra special draw here for the end. For those of you who've stuck out to the end, we'll give away a pin, poster, or patch. Your choice if you win. And let's see, what's our number range? What we'll do. That's how we do my firstborn son. You should take out my nippers when I pass. Nick, the wife heard you about not building in our lifetime. She screamed WTF. Uh-oh, we got spams here. Should be cleaned up. How about a coin? We need to build them all. I love. Yeah, so like when I go to the IPMS shows, sometimes you'll see some of the old guys with their table full of stuff that they just haven't built, and I think that they're realizing they're not going to finish it because they have these huge backlogs. So, we need a private dating chat. We should definitely check that out. Okay, so where was I at? Number range. Okay, we're gonna do a number from 1 to 60, and the question will be, do you have a backlog? We'll keep it nice and simple. Backlog, yes or no. So one number between 1 and 60, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You do need to be present to win, and your answer and the answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for a valid entry. And we'll draw for that pin, a patch, or a poster. I'm trying to get these last two parts for this. I think this is the upper arm. It's just the same for both arms. Sorry about the range and the question. 1 to 60, and do you have a backlog? What was the question? My kids call screaming through the room. No, a bunch of pre-orders. It's a good way to go. All right, thanks for the sub, Pickaman Gaming. There we go. We got a sub, so we could see that new thing there. That see lots of 45. We'll have to deconflict if people pick the same number. And the new sub animation is great. Thanks, Farless. I said Ethan's been working on some upgrades. We got some more planned. I think it's a different sound. It is. I was surprised by it. I was like, "What the heck is that sound?" Not only backlog kits, but backlog cars to build. Do I have a... Talked about doing an end screen. I don't think we have one yet. Start stream later, or has it been 2 hours since it started? It's been 2 hours. We're just about to wrap up here tonight, actually. Got one more part I want to do after this one. And we'll draw a winner. The new media person in Gunpla. So he definitely wasn't before starting. It seems like the addiction is taking hold though, because he's taking advantage of that employee discount. And it started with like one kid. He's like, "Oh, I'll build this and I'll record a video about it for TikTok or something." And then he got another kit to do the same thing. And then he got a few more kits and he's doing more in-depth stuff with it. But like now he's buying paints and stuff, and I think he's getting a little bit addicted. I think Santana wasn't into it, and she's built a bunch of kits now since. Kind of people that's not in a Gunpla and slowly pulls them in. I mean, it definitely happens. I think it's really hard to be around this stuff and not get at least a little bit interested. Corruption of young bonds with Gunpla could be worse. Is there a waiver when you hire someone that you're not liable for an addiction? There probably should be. I definitely do, I think, try to adequately warn people during the interviews. Pusher, Nick secretly wants his money back so he gets his employees addicted. I think Nick should start that. Trying to get my friends in the building. I recently built RG Zeta since my local hobby shop was selling it. Glad to support the shop, but I hate RG Zeta. It's one of the relatively early RGs, I think, isn't it? Will Ryan ever come back? I'm hoping so, but I'm not sure. He's still working through his medical stuff. I think he's got a office job right now that's better for him with what he's got going on at the moment. I'd love to have him back, though. We're in a crunch. We could use the experienced, solid people like he was right now. Wife is getting into the hobby. She's been building Pokemon kits, and I got the Hello Kitty Charizard for her. I need the ARC 78 version 2. I think that one's coming around again soon. I think. This one piece is so hard to hold. To say your clock's back tonight. Do we gain an hour tonight? All right, we got two arms. Gain an hour, yeah, nice. I think I could use the extra hour of sleep. I have a newborn, so time isn't real to me anyway. Yeah, it'd be like that. Okay, so we gotta draw our number here for the pin, patch, or poster. Number 7. Lucky number 7. There's no more daylight savings clock changes anymore. They were trying to pass a law to change that, but I don't think they succeeded. Let's see, do we have any number 7s? There's a lot of... I hate single-digit numbers for this. 37, 27, 27, 37, 37. Jason Locke. We got at least one. Looks like just one, if you guys can confirm. So congrats, Jason Locke. So you can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com. What did you want, by the way? Pin, patch, or poster? If you want a patch, we got the two colors, the blue or the subdued colorways. Should away the DST and just pick one, stick to it permanently. It'd be nice in a lot of ways. Especially tough with kids. The time shift is tough. Hoping for a coin flip, right? So it looks like next week we'll be doing the rest of the arms. Got the right arm with all the lower arm parts. Looks like there's some funky frame pieces, I think. Here, shoulder, all that stuff. And then we'll be doing the left arm, and then head, and then the core lander backpack thing. Let's see. Need to give us the extra hour sleep schedule and keep it that way, right? So, yeah, congrats, Jason Locke. You can send us an email with what you want, or mention it right here too, just so I can make note of it if you mention that before the stream ends. Next week, I might be streaming if for some reason the travel doesn't happen. I'm not sure if it will or not yet. If I do travel, most likely be no stream, because streaming on the road is challenging. So we'll just have to see. So maybe I'll see you next week. Maybe I'll see you the week after. I'll try to let everybody know what's going on. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget that that 10% that we got going on with the SMS. That offer ends tomorrow at the end of the day, tomorrow at midnight Eastern time, I believe. So you want to jump on that if you want to get that 10% code, take advantage of that. And I think that's all. So once again, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate your time. See you all